The D, man.
Yeah, shout out my nigga from D's Media, you feel me?
Your boy D's Media back again with another video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel on the road to 100K. Today we gonna talk about, man, a couple of the dudes that did that to Foolio, man. Just got touched up, man, in prison. Let's jump straight into it.
And what's at stake here, I guess you could say, and I really would like the jury to know that, and he needs to be there for his children.
Thank you, ma'am. No further questions. Tender the witness.
Boxing, things of that nature.
Yeah, because he was very young, but he was good. And he made it. He was the champion for that state in his age group, whatever she had in.
Now, have you had the opportunity to observe Rashad as a father?
Yes.
What kind of father have you observed him to be?
He's an excellent dad. He's overprotective, I know that, of his kids, based on what he's been through. Very overprotective. He, as far as the boys, he loved to have them in sports. The girls, of course, he doped with them, you know. With his siblings, definitely they came first after those kids, or maybe alongside his kids. And when their mom passed, he actually refused to be ignored as far as wanting the opportunity to have custody of his sister and brother, the younger ones. So
Mr. Gathwright's age, physical abilities, things like that, do you think that the prison would benefit from him in a work capacity if he were sentenced to life without parole?
I say yes. With my experience, not only just in classification, but as former warden and even as a jail administrator, he's someone that's young, he's healthy. In reality, we need that labor, we need that sweat equity, and we will put him out there to work because we do have an aging prison population, jail administration. We have that, so we put these young individuals to work and get some sweat equity out of them since they are young and actually can do the work.
And then we talk about Mr. Gathwright's age
Today, and you know, I'm not here to dispute anything. I'm just here to be a man and to express my feelings about was, you know, this whole situation. You know, that's what I plan on doing.
Okay. And how do you feel? What?
I feel very remorseful, you know. This is a terrible situation. It's been a traumatic experience. You know, to the victim's family, you know, I want to send my deepest condolences and my, you know, I understand that it's hard losing a child, a best friend, a brother, a cousin, and just cannot, I feel terrible about the situation, but I'm a firm believer that God can use anything for good that the devil wanted for bad. And so I am grateful for the people I've met, for the lessons that I've learned, for just this experience in general, because it's one that I'll never forget, and it's going to shape the rest of my life.
Sounds like there's that saying, it's kind of cheesy, but you know, lemonade or whatever. Make
Lemonade out of lemons.
Somehow. I obviously don't make lemonade, but it sounds to me like you are going to try and make the best of a bad situation. Does that sound about right?
Of course.
And are you going to continue to do that?
Of course. I'm going to try to, you know, continue a humble life, a righteous life, you know, try to do the right things at all times, and, you know.
Will you apprise yourself? We've heard about some, you know, courses and programs and things that you can get involved with to stay busy in prison. Is that something that
you know, hearing Raul's testimony was, you know, the first glimpse that I have of, you know, what prison could be like. You know, I want to stay as busy as possible, you know, stay away from bad apples. You know, I want to, like, keep a job, get into programs, try to get into any vocational things I can do, try to, you know, keep my record clean to, you know, go to the best incentivized things and have visits with my family. And, you know, I just want to just stay out the way, you know, I just want to make everything peaceful as can be.
Charles Jones, the autopsy photos of Charles Jones. My question to you is, after you and your friends inflicted that carnage, and as you were running, states 2059C, this is actually you running to shoot them, but when you were running back past that Tesla, were you feeling a lot of trauma at that point?
It was so long ago, I try to not remember anything from that night.
Were you remorseful as you were running back with that AR-15 in your hands?
Like I said, I try to remember nothing from that night.
Was it traumatic to you as you went back to the car with that AR-15? Was it still smoking? Was it still warm in your hands from firing it?
Sustain the objection.
Were you feeling remorse as you were getting back into the Impala?
Try to focus on today and moving forward.
So the next day, that Impala, that was your car. You drove that around, right? It was your mom's, but you drove that car, correct?
Yes, sir. It was my mother's car.
All right. And that was the car you drove from Jacksonville to Tampa in, correct?
I'm going to object beyond stuff.
I'm working to a point, Your Honor.
Okay, why don't we just get there?
All right. So this car, this Impala that you drove from Jacksonville to Tampa in with Mr. Chance and Miss Andrews, the one that you drove in tandem with the Silver Cruise, the same car that you utilized to drive the assault team, the shooting team, which you were a part of that night, that same car that you drove around Tampa in the early morning hours for several hours, tracking and hunting Charles Jones and his entourage.
Sustain.
That same Impala, you drove that to Polk County the next day, and you dropped it at your grandmother's house, right? The same grandmother who came in here last night and testified for you, correct?
Overruled. Go ahead. You can answer that question.
Isn't that correct?
What is the question?
You dropped the Impala, the one that had all of these shooters in it, the one that was utilized in that was such a vital cog in this plan. You dropped it at your grandmother's house in Auburndale, didn't you?
I'm here to testify about today.
Are you going to answer that question, or are you going to avoid it? Because that's not what I asked what you were doing here today. I think we all understand what you're here to do today, what you're testifying about. I'm asking you specifically about your remorse. Were you remorseful when you dropped that car off and left it at your grandmother's house in Auburndale? See photos of Charles Jones. My question to you is, after you and your friends inflicted that carnage,
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, man. And y'all ultimate prizes, y'all got an extended stay, man, at a luxury resort, man, in Florida State Prison. They give you a mattress, they give you a blanket. Hey, listen here, you get 3 meals a day. You get told when to wake up, when to go to sleep, when you can shower, when you can't shower. Listen here, I don't want to hear that junk. Y'all boys had the heart to go on that mission. Y'all had the heart to track old boy down from Jacksonville all the way to Tampa. Hey, bro. Hey, this is what comes with it. See, what y'all dudes messed up was this, right? Y'all boys got up on that stand and y'all was crying, and y'all about to go to a facility that's full of grown men. Y'all don't think that they seen that trial? Y'all don't think that they seen majority of y'all dudes was crying on the stand, begging for y'all freedom and whoop, whoop, whoop? Dudes gonna take advantage of that junk. Not to mention, you going to a Florida State Prison. You know what I'm saying? Y'all boys probably had a better chance making it in the feds, because it's a great chance you're gonna run across Foolio cousins, uncles, homies, relatives, you know, like you about to run into them. And the way y'all boys was crying on that stand, I highly doubted if y'all boys can make it in the rest of y'all life in Florida State Prison. But that's what you signed up for. Ain't no crying, ain't no whining, ain't no none of that. I hear everybody on there, yeah, man, I wish dudes get better. You know, I don't never wish, you know, nothing bad, nothing evil on nobody. But the point that I'm making for the shorties out there is they had heart when they had them Drakes and them switches and they had all of that junk. You know what I'm saying? They had heart to take Foolio life. but they don't got heart to stand up in that paint and do hand-to-hand combat. So for all the shorties out there, y'all best start waking up, man, and start changing y'all ways. Because if you end up in a situation like these dudes, it's over for you, man. I could guarantee you, man, majority of them dudes that was involved in the Foolio case, they don't know how to do no hand-to-hand combat. Dudes was on the stand crying for their life, crying. And you just put them around grown, violent men that ain't never going home, been lifting weights for the last 30, 40 years, been there since the 60s and 70s and all of that. Man, them boys is about to have a rough, extended stay there. But that's the lifestyle that they chose. You can't sit here and take somebody's life and then expect somebody to show you pity and sympathy. At the end of the day, Foolio knew what he signed up for too. Same thing with Foolio. If Foolio would be locked up right now, same thing go for him. You talked all that gangster stuff. You supposed to be 6 block representative. You whoop, 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 whoop. Hey, man, stand in that paint. But for all the shorties in Jacksonville, man, I pray that y'all wake up, man, and I pray that y'all use this Foolio situation as a lesson, man, because I'm trying to tell you, when you get behind them walls, it's a different ball game. Dudes is used to shooting from a car, shooting from a block away. Dudes ain't never had to have no hand-to-hand combat. Especially that dude, Sean Gaffray. You could just tell, bro, like, you could just look at him and tell, bro, that he's scared. You could just look and tell like he crying himself to sleep at night, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, man. But he put himself in that situation, man. But boy, them boys ain't even been in, and they ain't even been in prison, what, 6 months yet? They recently just got sentenced. So it's like, hey, man, this the lifestyle that they chose. But I know, boy, I know they wish they was in the feds, man. Ooh, because I bet you Florida State Prison ain't no joke, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace, positivity, network growth. Let's save these kids. It ain't never too late. We tore down these communities. Let's build them back up. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all for tapping in with me. The D, man.
Yeah, shout out my nigga from D's Media. You feel me?